Come on. Welcome to another session of Sustainable Engineering, MCN 201, Module 2, Lecture 3. Myself, Rahul Anar, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Sri Narayana Institute of Technology. Today in this lecture, we are going to deal with solid waste. The definition for solid waste are the waste materials that are arising from various human activities that are normally solid and that are discarded or useless or unwanted. Useless or unwanted materials like plastic, we can consider them as solid waste. So the definition of solid waste is the waste which are arising from human activities that are normally solid, that cannot be decayed or combustible, are known as solid waste. There are two types of solid waste. We can classify the solid waste into two categories. One is rubbish and one is garbage. The materials that are not putrefied are known as rubbish, and the materials that are putrefied are known as garbage. In rubbish materials, it may be either combustible or non-combustible. Combustible materials like paper, plastic, rubber, etc. we can consider it as combustible, and non-combustible as grass, metal, ceramic. These are non-combustible. Okay. Garbage materials, example for garbage material or putrefied materials are fruit, fishes, meat, vegetables. These are solid material waste, but they are garbage and they can be decayed or combustible faster. Okay, as we know that in Indian cities about 200 grams to 600 grams of waste are generated per person per day. We all know that about 200 to 600, an average of 300 to 400 grams of waste are generating by a person per day in our country or in our cities, Indian cities. Let's check about the sources of solid waste. What are the sources? The sources are municipal solid waste, industrial waste, biomedical waste or hospital waste or infectional waste, hazard waste, agricultural waste, plastic waste, e-waste. These are the sources of solid waste. The waste from municipalities, industries, biomedical field or hospitals, hazard areas, agricultural fields or agricultural waste, plastic waste, e-waste. These are the sources. E-waste means electrical wastes. Okay. Sources of waste, the sources, residential sources are there that are known as municipal wastes, single or multi-family. Type of solid waste are food waste, paper, cupboards, plastic, textiles, leather, yard waste, wood, glass, metals, ashes, special wastes like bulky items, consumer electronics, white goods, batteries, oil, tires, and household hazard waste. Industrial wastes. Typical waste generators are light or heavy manufacturing, fabrication, construction sites, power and chemical plants. The type of waste produced by industries are housekeeping waste, packing, solid waste, construction, demolition materials, hazard waste, ashes, special waste are there. Commercial purpose, commercial means stores, hotels, restaurants, market, office, building, etc. They are producing waste like paper, cupboard, plastic, wood, food wastes, glass, metals, etc. And institutional waste. Next source is institutional waste like schools, hospital, prison, government centers. The waste produced by them are also same as commercial waste. Paper, cupboard, plastic, wood, food wastes, glass, metals, etc. construction fields, new construction site, road repair, renovation site, demolition of buildings. These are the sources of typical waste generators of construction field. The waste produced by construction fields are wood, steel, concrete, dirt, etc. Next source is municipal service, street sweeping, landscape, tree trimming, general waste from parks, beaches, and other recreational areas are the waste produced by municipal service. Next source is processing. Processing means same as like industrial wastes, but little more chemical plants are there, power plants are there, mineral extraction and processing is there. These are a process which extract goods or materials, but they will also produce some solid waste like industrial process waste, scrap materials, of specification products like that. Another source is agriculture. Agricultural typical waste generators are crop orchards, vineyards, dairies, feedlots, farms. The waste produced by these agricultural sources are spoiled food waste, agricultural waste, hazard waste, etc. like pesticides. Coming to the sources of solid waste, first one is municipal solid waste, generated from household like residential areas, commercial sectors like hotels, restaurants, etc., institutional buildings and municipal sectors like garden trimming, constructions and demolition waste and street sweepings comes under municipal solid waste. As per the Central Pollution Control Board, Kerala generates 8,500 tons of municipal solid waste per day. About 8,500 tons of municipal solid waste are generated by Kerala per day. Next is industrial waste. Industrial solid waste. The solid waste that are generated by manufacturing and processing units of various industries like chemical, petroleum, coal, metal, gas and sanitaries and paper, etc. comes under industrial solid waste. Some are toxic while others are recyclable. As we know that the chemicals, petrol, coal, metals, the refineries, industries like refineries or processing unit like mineral extraction units, they are some of the wastes will be toxic, but most of them will be recyclable. Like paper industries, we can recycle the material waste. The third solid waste source is hospitals. Hospital waste are generated during diagnosis, treatment or immunization of human beings or animals. The waste includes disposal of syringes, needles, bandages, body fluids, contaminated organs of infected persons, etc., which are highly infectious. If it is scattered, flies, insects, dogs will visit and taken away the syringe, needles, bandages, contaminated organs, and it will cause diseases to human beings. In India, 1.5 kg of hospital wastes are generated per bed per day. Almost nearly 1.5 kg of hospital solid waste are generated per bed per day in India. Next type of solid waste is hazardous waste, the waste that is opposed as substantially dangerous immediately or over a period of time, not only to human beings but also the environment. Examples for this type of waste are radioactive waste, paint, pesticides, pathological wastes from hospitals, which are toxic, which can cause cancers and trigger birth diseases or defects. Next type of solid waste is agricultural solid waste, generated from farms, dairies, vineyards, field, etc. It consists of, this type of waste consists of spoiled food grains, vegetable waste, animal waste used for increasing the soil fertility, like pesticides. Pesticides which contain food grains, vegetable waste, animal waste, animal bone waste are there in pesticides. These pesticides are used for increasing soil fertility, but this will be a solid waste itself in the agriculture field. Next type of solid waste is plastic solid waste. Interactive part of life. 56 lakh tons of plastic waste are generated in India annually. Effect of this type of waste, like plastic solid waste, it is non-degradable and remains in environment as such as. When burnt, produce poisonous chemicals into the air. Clogged drain result in flooding, result in increase of mosquitoes. Many marine and wild animal indigested plastic waste mistaking them for food. Another type of solid waste is e-waste or electronic waste. The waste which are produced from electronic gadgets or dumping the waste materials of electronic gadgets. In India, India is the 5th largest producer of e-waste in the world. 18.5 lakh metric ton per year electronic waste are produced by India. To extract metals like gold from e-waste, junk dealers are use crude technologies such as burning and acid bath, which releases toxic gases and liquid chemicals to the environment. This will lead to damage to the brain, nervous system, kidneys and livers, and even leads to birth defects. As per e-waste management rule 2016, producers are responsible for collection, recycling and disposal of waste. Let's look about the impacts of solid waste. Impacts of solid waste mainly on environmental. It will affect the land environment. It will affect the water environment. It will affect the air environment. It will also affect the health of the human beings also. The land get degradable, the land will get polluted, water will get polluted, air will also get polluted due to the dumping of solid waste in the environment, water and air. This will lead to the health problems of human beings and will also make problems to animals also.